Welcome to the Coin Curiosity channel. We are going to be reviewing and analyzing the remaining coins from the collection purchase. If you have been following along on this journey, I do thank you, and we have approximately 20 coins to review. However, there are many repeats, so it will go fairly quickly, and then once we close out this episodic series, we will move on to some change that we have been accumulating, that we have received. One from one of my great friends in the area, and the second was from my father-in-law. So we have change to go through, and we need to get that sorted and cleared out so we can take it to the bank and exchange it for additional coins and coin rolls. That being said, before we get to the coin that is currently under the scope, the first coins, or the first two coins, are these 1936 Philadelphia Buffalo nickels, or Indian head nickels, if you will. And the data on them, let me just go ahead and set those down. So they were made from 1913 until 1938. The designer was James Earl Fraser. The weight is 5 grams, comprised of 75% copper and 25% nickel. The diameter is 21.2 millimeters with a plain edge, minted at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. So we had then those first two coins were 1936. And there is the averse one more time and the reverse. So the 1936 Philadelphia saw a mintage of 118,997,000. And your value range is $1.25 to approximately $80. The next coins that were remaining is we had 6 1937s. All of these were minted in Philadelphia. None of them have the mint mark, which would be located just underneath the C in cents, or underneath the phrase 5 cents, indicating the denomination. So your 1937 had a mintage of 79,480,000, and your value range is $1.25 to approximately $60. Now that leads us to the coin that is currently underneath the scope. So we had to try to do some identification, as this was in a paper coin flip. It had no date on it. So the first thing that you want to do is look at the reverse and see if it is a 1913. Right, easily identifiable if the mound that the buffalo was on is curved or raised. As well, you can also look for the 3.5-legged variety, and that raised or curved mound you would end up having, let me grab a pointer here. So it ends up just kind of curving down on both sides. So it looks, again, raised. So we don't see any identifying features immediately. That would lead us to believe that it's a 1913. There's no 3.5 legs. So we go back to the front. Again, we know that it should be a Philadelphia. So then we have to start using our analysis techniques to identify the coin. So this little indent here on the coin should be the F for Fraser, the engraver. And because we know that Indian heads were minted from 1913 until 1938, we could see that the third digit is a 2. So hopefully everybody can see that as I try to trace it. So that's a horrible trace. But hopefully everybody can see that too. So again, there's no, it doesn't span a large date range. So we know that we have to have a 20 through 29. So then we start looking at the fourth digit. And the way that you can tell that this is, again, the fourth digit is see that its placement is to the right of the designer's initial, as well as the last digit lines up with this feature on the buffalo head, which is a string coming off the feather. So we see that this digit is butted up against that. And as we go through our numbers of 0, it can't be a 0 because it does not connect. Can't be a 1 because we have portions of the number coming off. The 2 would not have the gap. It could be a 3. Can't be a 4. It could be a 5. It can't be a 6, 7, 8, or 9. Again, for just the way that the dates or those numbers are written. And you can look at those dates by going online and looking at examples of each year for your buffalo head. So we know that it's either a 3 or a 5. If it were a 5, so it's a 1923. That is my assessment. If it were a 5, this portion right here, it curves a little bit to the right, or it slants to the right. If it were a 5, it would be straight up and down, as well as the tail of the 5 would be even. The height would be even with the bottom of the 2 here, or the top of the 2 on the tail. Now, hopefully I'm not making this too confusing, but because we can see that this tail is higher than the base of the 2, that's how we know it's a 3. And again, then you can verify that with better examples of what a 1923 looks like, as well as a 1925. So now I just wanted to show how I go through and explain how I try to get to the dates that I do in identifying the coins. So 1923 Buffalo nickel. All right, next we have, I'm going to turn these lights down. All right, so then we have our V nickels, or our Liberty heads. Your Liberty heads were made from 1883 until 1913. designed by Charles E. Barber, a weight of 5 grams, comprised of 75% copper and 25% nickel. The diameter is 21.2 millimeters with a plain edge, minted at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. So we have a 1912, and then we would be looking for the mint mark, which would be just to the left and below this dot, so right approximately where my pointer is, the tip of the pen. So we have no mint mark, so we have a 1912 Philadelphia, 26,234,569 minted, with a range of $2 to $450. Then we have a 1911, and we'll flip. Fairly beat down, but we see no mint mark, so 1911 Philadelphia, 39,557,639 minted, value range of $2 to $450. I have a 1910 Liberty Head V nickel. Here's that reverse. No mint mark. So 1910 Philadelphia, 30,166,948 for the mintage, with a value range of $2 to $450. And then we have a 1907 with a scratch or a hairline. That is probably on the plastic itself, but 1907. And there is no mint mark. So 1907 Liberty Head, 39,213,325 minted, and you have a value range of $2 to $450. And I will just take this opportunity to mention that I did not pull these coins out of these flips and the coin holders, as I believe a lot of these we've covered in other videos that we've done, as well as I'm not sure why these specific coins were placed in the holders, which is why they were saved for the end of this series to make sure that I wasn't missing anything. But again, it's probably just acquired over time, and as coins were acquired, were probably put into these flips and then never taken out if better examples were acquired. So, moving on. So now we have a winged Liberty Head, otherwise known as Mercury dime. The designer was Adolf A. Weinman. Has a weight of 2.50 grams, comprised of 90% silver and 10% copper, with a net weight of 0.07234 ounces of pure silver. The diameter is 17.9 millimeters, with a reeded edge, minted at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. So we have a 1939. Let's see what the mint is. And we have a Denver 1939. The mintage is for that year in mint mark 24,394,000, with a value range of $3 to $60. All right, moving right along, we have the Barber or Liberty Head dimes. These were minted from 1892 until 1916. The designer was Charles E. Barber. The weight is 2.50 grams, comprised of 90% silver and 10% copper, with a net weight of 0.07234 ounces of pure silver. 17.9 millimeters for the diameter. It does have a reeded edge, and they were minted at Philadelphia, Denver, New Orleans, and San Francisco. The mint mark, if it were to have one, 1914, would be right here at the bottom, underneath the bow and the wreath. So we do not have a mint mark. So 1914 Philadelphia had a mintage of 17,360,230 with a value range of the price of silver, for the content, and that should have been the same with the Mercury dime as well, if I did not indicate that. But the spot price for your silver content up to a potential maximum value of $450. Here is a 1911 Barber Liberty head. There is no mint mark. 1911 had a mintage of 18,870,000. Again, your value range is the silver content up to $450. All right, here we have a 1905 no mint mark, so 1905 Philadelphia, 14,551,623. Your value range potentially is, again, the low end of the silver content, the value for that silver content, to a potential high of $600. 3 more coins to go, with the last one being the beauty. All right. So here we have a 1969 San Francisco small cent. This is the Lincoln Memorial. Now, this could be a proof coin. I'd have to pull it out and do some further analysis on it, but it does look like it has been struck pretty well. So it very well could be a proof. The main thing that you're looking for on your 1969 San Francisco small cents is you're looking for a double die obverse. This coin does not have it. The ideal place that you want to look at is in the word we. I'll try to get just a little bit better focus. Not sure if I'll be able to going through the plastic as well, but there's no doubling, and I'll throw up a picture of what it should look like, and then the 1969 S, you can look at the date as well for that doubling. But again, I will throw up a picture so you can see what that is supposed to look like. But let's just presume that this is not a proof coin. So your 1969 San Francisco had a mintage of 554,375,000, and you're looking at the value range of the face value of the coin up to potentially $65. And then we have a 1968 San Francisco. Again, I'm not under any belief that this is a proof coin, though it, again, could be. We'll just need to see If I can look at the perimeter of the coin, because usually you'll see better stamping, or it'll be a thicker perimeter, a thicker edge. But we will just say that it is circulation strike. So 1968 San Francisco had a mintage of 258,000. My apologies. 258,270,001, and your value range is the face value of the coin up to $29. And the data on the Lincoln Memorial verse, they were minted from 1959 to 2008. These specifically are copper alloy, designed by Victor D. Brenner for the obverse, Frank Gasparo for the reverse, 3.11 grams for the weight, comprised of 95% copper and 5% zinc, 19 millimeters, with a plain edge, minted, again, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. And now for the last coin in the collection. So we've got a gold coin, and this is the Indian Princess Head, the large head gold dollar. There's the $1. Let me just flip this back over. About the same size as the 3-cent piece that we had reviewed in the last video. But the Indian Princess Head large head gold dollar was minted from 1856 until 1889, designed by James B. Longacre, with a weight of 1.672 grams. It is comprised of 90% gold and 10% copper. The net weight of pure gold is 0.04837 ounces. Again, that is 0.04837 ounces of pure gold. Has a diameter of 15 millimeters. It does have a reeded edge, minted at Philadelphia, Charlotte, Dahlonega, and San Francisco. So if we were to have a mint mark, it would be underneath the bow that is in the wreath. So no mint mark. So this was made at Philadelphia. There was a mintage for the 1861 of 527,150. There are proof examples known for these gold coins as well, but they usually have significant luster to them. So, again, 527,150. And your minimum asking price would be the spot price of gold up to a potential high price of $3,000. But it should be fairly easy to at least seek $250 off of this coin. But 1861, $1 gold coin. And that's where we will cap it. That's where we will cap the video for the collection. Many coins that we have gone through. And they are all part of the playlist on the channel, the mid-20th century coin collection purchase. So, again, if you'd like to have some content to watch, perhaps this is some background as you're preparing dinner, or need some commentary regarding coins while you are performing your job, those videos are there for you. So what's coming up? What's in store? Well, of course, we will always try to go buy other collections that are out there, seeing what we can get our hands on. And we will start reviewing and start going through the change that has been accumulating. Again, I had indicated that at the beginning of the video, that we've got two separate piles of coins. One, again, father-in-law had passed along to me, and the other one was from my good friend who has given me previous coins that we have looked at. So if you enjoyed this content, please don't forget to hit that subscribe and the notification bell so you can stay up to date when new videos are uploaded. I do apologize if there's any frustration on how quickly I went through these coins, but again, I didn't see a need to pull each individual one out, as none of them were special per se, except for this last coin, this gold coin that we had looked at. So just wanted to get them, again, analyzed and cataloged. Please leave a comment below if you liked the video. And until the next video, thank you for watching. On behalf of the Coin Curiosity channel, take care.